This has been the first time in ages since we have got a completely new promo structure for the main promo in NBA Live Mobile. But does that mean that the promo is any good, or is it just a simply rubbish promo? Well, if we think about it, the last time I think we actually got a brand new format was actually the Lone Warriors promo way back when in Season 6. I could be wrong about that. We might have had a newer one, but that's the last one I can remember. And this promo, it is exciting. It is new, and it is completely different in sort of stuff you're going for. Like, there's not a conventional set of masters you're trying to get through the sets. It is you trying to play through some events, get some points, and then use those points to get yourself jerseys, courts, boost items, and then finally try and get some players. Now, we'll go through it bit by bit. We'll start off with the events. The events are really easy to play through. You can use your multi-year lineup. You're getting monthly master emblems out of them. The stamina costs, they aren't too much at all. I think it's about 900 or something stamina to play through every event every single day, which is fairly easy to do. Again, there are no sets at all with the promo, which does make it fairly interesting because you're not trying to get tokens or anything like that. It is fairly simplistic in that sense. But aside from all of those events, you look at the store. Again, very simplistic in the style, the layout of it. It is geared more towards pay to win stuff. Like most of the packs in the store, if not all of them, are geared towards you spending money to get yourself players, to get yourself points, all of that stuff, to get yourself extra jerseys. I do like the fact that there are those extra boosted players, boosted jerseys, boosted courts that will give you some more historic points every single time you play through an event. I just would have liked that maybe to be available in different areas of the game instead of just being in the store and instead of just being on packs which you have to spend real money in order to get up to. There is, of course, the coin pack that you can spend 2,500 coins to get 100 points. There is the NBA cash offers, all of that stuff, but it is looking like it's geared more to that pay to win player, and that becomes apparent a little bit later on in the promo. Aside from the events and the store and the sets and all that stuff, you look at what you're actually getting with the promo, and it is fairly solid. We haven't had a promo in absolute ages where it just simply gives you a jersey, a court, a boost item, which is something that a lot of people will probably need in the game because there are very few ways in you being able to get those three items in particular. Yes, you could go ahead and play through campaigns. There are decent sort of courts and jerseys you can get with them. There's a coach as well. There is that Steve Kerr you can try and get who's giving out the athleticism boost. Of course, through the store, there's that NBA cash offer pack, which you can purchase in the core section to get yourself a couple of jerseys and courts and all that stuff. But there aren't too many ways in getting stylized courts and jerseys. And what I mean by that is with the All-Star Historic promo, you're getting some All-Star jerseys, you're getting some All-Star courts, you're getting a boost item that is linking to the All-Star, which I think we really need to have more of in the game. And I'm liking the fact that it is coming with this promo, and there are a range of different boosted jerseys and courts which you can try and get. Obviously, you have to work yourself up bit by bit in trying to get the next level one, as it were. Like, it starts off with a coin boost, then an XP boost, then you've got a mixture of the two, and then you start to get some of the attribute boosted courts and jerseys, which I think is very fun and exciting to go ahead and get, because that will definitely help your team out in an area which you might not have thought about. Because generally, when you're looking at upgrading a team, you're thinking about what players can I get, how high overall can I get those players, and how will those help my team. Whereas jerseys and courts, they can really help a lineup, bump them up maybe one, possibly even two overalls, depending on the boost that you've got, and of course how good they are in terms of elite, gold, all of that good stuff. So I think having that in the promo makes it really fun and gives it a fresh sort of vibe to the promo as well. And then we sort of get to the downfall of the promo. The player section is where it sort of falls apart for me in particular. And as you look at them, you'll notice there are 5 players in which you can get from the right hand side. There are the 4 you have to get, then you unlock that Jerry West, who is pretty much the only master of the promo, and then there is that Grandmaster in Tim Duncan. We'll get onto him in a little bit, and you'll notice with those 4 extra masters along the top, they are very low overall. You got a 64 overall Dave Cowens, you got a 70 overall Isaiah Thomas, a 76 overall Grant Hill, and then finally that 84 overall Elvin Haynes. Now, those 4 guys won't be on anyone's lineup at all, and the amount of points you have to try and get to be able to unlock them is absolutely ridiculous. It's 1,500 points just to get that 64 overall, and you compare that to the jersey section where you just need to get yourself a few points in order to unlock all 4 of them and then get all the way up to that final jersey, which in itself, that final jersey is 1,500 points, and that is exactly the same as you trying to get yourself a 64 overall. Now, between the two, trying to get a 64 or trying to get a boosted jersey, which might have a bigger impact on my team, I definitely pick the jersey. And I don't understand why these players cost so many points and why they are such low overall. I think one of the two needs to change. Either they be less expensive in terms of points or a lot higher overall. Maybe all of these guys should be 89 overall with some boosts on them, and then you're finally getting a 90 overall Jerry West, maybe make him a little bit more boosted, and that would justify the amount of points required in order to get them. Or you do the opposite, where you reduce how many points needed to get the players. So say for the 64 overall, instead of 1,500, you keep it at 500 points, and then you go bit by bit from that. And then the final one, instead of just being 20 24,000 points, which is ridiculous, in order to get Jerry West. You lower that a little bit so that it is a little bit left, maybe even 10,000 points. That is still a good amount of points to try and get a decent master, because with all of that section plus the 50,000 points on top of that to get yourself Tim Duncan, it equates to, I think it's over 100,000 points in order to get up to that. No money spent, you're only going to get 30 something points. I did all the calculations in my previous promo breakdown video, but that is absolutely insane. You're getting probably about a third the way of getting up to Tim Duncan, and that's where it falls to the pay to win section. And even on that side, obviously I can't fully speak for the pay to win guys because I don't spend any money on the game, but I'm guessing it might cost you quite a bit of money to try and get yourself that 91 overall Tim Duncan. And his boost isn't the best at all. Yes, he's got some okay stats. He's at the center position, which is decent, but I don't know whether he would be justifiable depending on how much money you actually have to go ahead and spend to get him. If you are pay to win and you are trying to get him, let me know in the comment section down below if you feel comfortable with sharing just how much money roughly you are spending in order to try and get him, because I think that'd be pretty interesting to see what you need to do to get him. Yes, you're getting a good amount of XP, 25,000 XP once you complete that final Tim Duncan event, but that is where the promo sort of falls off a cliff. And it starts off really well. When you log on into the game, you see the boost items, the jerseys, all that stuff. You realize you can get that no money spent. Then you look at the player section. That's where it does sort of dip a little bit. But overall, I think this is a decent promo. And of course, the fact that it is new really boosts it in my opinion. I think we need to have more of these new promos. Going back to the creative ways that EA were making great promos and all that stuff, because I missed those days back in season 4, season 3, all of that stuff, until we got copy and paste promos again and again and again. So I'm liking the creativity. If we do get this promo again, hopefully there are those improvements that I mentioned. Of course, I'm just going through constructive criticism, giving my opinions and thoughts about the promo itself. Hopefully we see a new promo structure as well for the actual All-Star promo, because that, of course, that is going to be a massive promo in NBA Live Mobile. Hopefully it will be pretty good, although you can never hold your hopes up too high with the game, with all the copy and paste stuff that has been going on the past couple of seasons. Because what I really don't want to happen is to have this really new and exciting promo for the All-Star Historic promo, and then for the All-Star promo to just be a complete copy and paste promo. I don't want to see that at all, but I'm not holding my hopes up too high with the game. So those are my thoughts and opinions about the promo itself. And now on to your guys' thoughts and opinions. I dropped a community post on the day the promo dropped to ask you guys about your thoughts and opinions, and we got a couple to go through over here. Michael says the new promo structure is nice, but what could have made it 100% better is the Dave Cowens, the Hayes, and the Thomas could be 89 overall masters with boost. And I definitely agree. Again, going back to the point, do we reduce the cost of how many points it's required to get the masters, or bump them up in overall? Because I think one of the two needed to be made in order to make this very good. But I still think it is a decent promo for a no money spent guy, getting some good rewards out of it. Chad Alpha says, I like that it's geared towards bench boost, but the players having such a low overall is hopefully an issue and not the plan. Now, obviously, if you looked on this the first day, you might have thought, okay, it might be a little bit of an issue. They might fix this later on in the promo. But the fact that it stayed throughout the promo kind of leads me to think that maybe this was the plan all along with the promo. Maybe it is geared towards you spending the money in order to be able to get some courts, some jerseys to boost yourself up, to get those players, and then go ahead and get the Grandmaster. I just don't know. I'm hoping that in the future, these sort of things can be tweaked and changed with the promo structure itself. Another comment says, the new promo is lit as the items are easy to get and does not need a grind. And I pretty much agree with that one. Like, you don't need to grind a huge amount to get those 3 rewards I mentioned earlier, the jersey, the court, and the boost item. Those are what you're aiming for. No money spent. It doesn't really take too much of a grind in order to get them, which I think is a pretty decent side to the promo. It's better than having absolutely nothing on the promo. Like, if each of those 4 sections were player sections like we have at the very end on the right, if it was like that, then it would be a complete L. But I think at the moment, just because you've got those 3 sections you can get no money spent, I do think it makes it quite a decent promo. So if you are trying to get yourself some of the items that are left in this promo, there is still plenty of time for you to get at least one of these items. Go check out the video in the bottom left hand corner, because I went through all the tips and tricks to help you along with the promo in getting all of this stuff. So make sure you go check out that video in order to get some of these items to help your team out, and I'll see you guys in that one. Peace.